You know me, Marissa, I hate trigger warnings. That's a trigger to me because unfortunately my whole life is a trigger warning. Anywhere that I speak is a trigger warning because I've lost a kid. So if I share any details about losing a child, I've had people tell me I have to like remove my comments or, oh, I'm sorry, I had to remove that because you talk about your child died. Well, that's the reality of my life. I should be allowed to talk about it. So trigger warnings, that's what that means to me because I learned that right away within the first year or so after my son died. Any place that I went on Facebook, there was very few groups that I could actually share about what happened because a lot of places deleted me. A lot of places removed me. A lot of places banned me. And it wasn't before they all said their comments to me too. The natural birthers came out and were very vocal about their opinion about what happened. Even if I didn't say very much, like I didn't even have to say anything. Just saying I lost a baby at home to a midwife, boom, you were done. You were banned from groups. I got banned from stupid groups too. Like nothing like that you would think was like, wow, this is a whatever. No, I got banned from like a lot of like mothering groups, a lot of due date groups, like anything. I got banned from a lot of things, just saying that I experienced a loss and then explaining it's not just a normal loss, but it's a preventable death at home with a midwife. Therefore, I always figured I was kind of always like really scary to a lot of people because I am the reality that none of us want to face while pregnant. Nobody wants to think that it's a possibility, you know, and then the whole natural thing too, like, you know, having a home birth and having a midwife, that just adds to the problem of it. But yeah, it's really crappy. I get it. You can tell me about how great nurse midwives are, but at the same time, you don't have to explain how great midwives are to me because I have friends that are that way, and just understand that I also lost my kid to a midwife. And I also have friends, very, very good friends of mine, that lost their kids to a midwife who was a nurse midwife. So, or many nurse midwives, they normally work in teams just in case. It's normally, if you don't have just one, there's normally a couple of them or a few of them. And they're taking on the worst births out of hospital. They are the ones that love twins at home. They love VBACs and they love breech. They love the most disaster births that can go wrong. You know what I mean? That are the most predictable of going wrong, and explaining to families that, hey, it's cool, it's fine. But they know for a fact they should be done in hospital. They have the medical training to know that a hospital is the safest place, but they're still taking on the clients at home or at a birth center. So
the trigger warning. These are people's children we're talking about. This is people's life experiences. Trigger warning, they're going to be upset. That's nice. How nice to live in a world where you have to, you know, protect yourself so much hearing the facts. Just, that really made me upset. You know, people are like, oh, a child. You talk about your child when you want to. We're not going to silence you. Or your experience. We're not going to silence you. You know, there isn't going to be any.
Well, I will say, I am glad, like, I mean, you know, we have the big VBAC group, there is the sleep group. These are people that we know that don't silence the truth. And as much as some people don't like some of the stuff that, you know, whatever, where we came from or whatever, it's like, it's really sad to think about how many groups I'm not allowed to share in. And how many groups I'm not allowed to be a part of, even because some of them know who I am and they look me up or whatever. They know who my kid is and all this stuff. And I never really thought about it. I guess I kind of have, but I really hadn't really thought about it until like kind of recently when I started realizing like we're not allowed to share about so many things in so many different groups. Like safe sleep. You're not allowed to talk about safe sleep in groups, like at all. And you can't post like ABCs anywhere. You can't post whatever. And I was like, why are we not talking about this?
There are reasons to forbid certain topics, which seem to attract really strident people like circumcision. But it's not the same as something like saying the best sleep environment for your child is ABC. That should be non-controversial. Things that should be non-controversial should not be banned, unless you really cannot mod your group worth a damn.